What's up, guys? We're back with CCLP3 and Lynx, and we're on the first of the last 5 levels of the set. I am so eager to finally finish this up, so I can start something new that I'm really looking forward to starting, hopefully soon, because I keep getting updates for this certain thing, and it just makes me more excited to play it. Anyway, before I start playing this level, I feel it's necessary to, I completely forgot, to show my time for yet another puzzle, which is 142 seconds. Yeah, that's ridiculous. And then Old Frog was 4:16. That was faster than I expected, but considering how many times I messed up, I'm not surprised. So I don't know, I just felt like it was worth showing that. Anyway, now we're on Recurring Dream, and my game completely lagged for a second and went up all the way. So Recurring Dream, this is a pretty interesting level, and honestly probably the best choice for 145 in this set, because it combines a lot of stuff that we've seen pretty much everywhere for the most part. And I want to say I know how to solve, I think I remember how to solve this. Oh, I hesitated. There's an MS, okay, walkers. There's an MS trick that I've used to solve this, and I can't use it here, so I'm going to have to figure out a different way to solve it. But that's in the upper section, mostly. But as far as the traps are concerned, I'm pretty good on those. Alright. So it's kind of interesting how, you know, this resembles Lesson 2, even though it's you know, it's not. Collect blocks to get past the chip socket. Watch out for open doors. That hint is just so interesting. I didn't screw up yet. I was just about to, and I realized I didn't. So let's just go back and get this resolved. Or die, that works too. This is also the second Madhouse level in a row in CCLP3, and 146 is also a Madhouse level. That's one too many Madhouse levels in a row, especially after Old Frog. So yeah. This is probably the best one of the 3, though. Okay, that didn't work like I had hoped. So this ticking and splashing noise is kind of irritating, but what can you do? That's what the animation is for in this. Okay, so I go, are you kidding me? I'm trying to get past the walker, but it wouldn't let me. Okay. Well, I'll skip getting that blue key for now then. Actually, I have to get it. And I'll skip getting the chip then, I guess, to save some time. And now I'm just playing dumb again. What surprise is that? Ugh. Come on. And kind of cool that those blocks down there have dirt under them. It's not a necessary thing, but it's one I like. Oh. Alright. Okay, I need to get past this walker, but it's, not letting me. And it's going in the corridor I need to go into. Actually, I think it will drown. Yeah, because thankfully there's that water space right there, which is nice. Okay, now we can finally move on. I hope I don't screw up anymore, but then again, since I said that, it's gonna happen. It always does. It never fails. Okay. So, I'm trying to remember. I need 2 blocks for that. Well, 3, I guess. Okay. So this is the part with the Lynx difference, because there's a mechanic, there's the flick off the thin wall thing you can do in MS if you bridge on the bottom part, but you can't do that in Lynx, so I think you have to do this from the top. If I remember right, that's what JB said in his LP. I always mention his LP, have you noticed that? Yeah, that might have actually been the intended way to do that. Except... yeah, that must have been the intended way to do this. Okay, so now that I got that out of the way, I like that little random appearing wall. So I know that's open. I can get that and collect all these boots. Collect that. And then go up this way. And a nice blob on the 4th floor. Can't really do anything else with these blocks, which is kind of interesting. Okay, so now I think I want to get these. Or do I? I think I do. I think I want to get the fire boots. So let's just get them. And then I'll need a block, 2 blocks rather, to get down there, which I have 2 available. So yeah, I think that going down or going up was the actual intended way to play this or solve this level. Okay, so I need to stop this thing. Okay, that was a little easier than I expected it to be. There's still some drowning, but not nearly as much. Okay, so I think I want to go in here now. If I'm not mistaken, I think I do. It's been a while since I've played this. This isn't exactly a level that is easy to remember to solve. I mean, so far I've been doing good. Okay, so I can go in here now. And then destroy these bombs. No harm done there. Okay, so what is the goal here? So there's 1 chip. I think there's chips under all those blocks. So if I remember right, there are. But doing that... Oh, no, I can just do this. Okay, so that stops. Okay, so I don't think I need that yellow key for anything yet. Oh wait, why did I go through here? I don't need to go this way. I need to go all the way around. There's quite a bit of backtracking in this, which is kind of unfortunate, but not like it's impossible to deal with. Okay, so now what I need to do is I need to get the block out of that other room. And I'll have to collect that. And then I'll have to stop this again. I wonder why that's so much easier to do. I'm kind of surprised. Okay, so just open these sockets. I find that silly how there's this random socket that works, but you know, sockets aren't a common aesthetic thing. So okay, so go back this way. And then collect all the treasure just to get it taken from you again because haha. And then what? Then what? Okay. I don't think I had to go all the way around, but oh well. Okay, unlock stuff, and just exit suddenly because, yay, why not? So that's Recurring Dream by Madhav, another pretty nice level that took 15 minutes to solve. So, yeah, sorry, I had to check a message I got on Tumblr. Someone's been talking to me on Tumblr for some reason lately, which is kind of odd, but, I enjoy it. So that's Recurring Dream. Now on to Suspended Animation, which is another Madhav level. What do you know? So Suspended Animation is a pretty, I have to say, this concept is pretty cool. Though the way it's executed here, I don't really like. So I said this a long time ago, and I talked about this in the podcast that JB, Andrew, and myself did a while back. And I think I want to get those two first. There's a lot of ways. I think there's a couple different ways to solve this. I don't remember the perfect way to solve it. But I talked about this in the podcast that somehow isn't up yet. I'm kind of worried about this because voting ends, as of now it's the 19th of April, voting ends in roughly 10 days from now. So, no rush, but I think the whole goal was to get it uploaded before voting ended. Anyway, but I talked about this, and I made the comparison of this level to Idle Contrast, which is in CCLP3 voting. Now, for a level with this kind of concept, I think I wanted to get the fire boots and not the suction boots. I think that was a mistake. So let's just go with the flippers right now. And then we'll get the fire boots. The long way around. I pressed up. Thank you, keyboard. Yeah, I made the comparison of this level to Idle Contrast, which is in CCLP3 voting. A level I really hope to get, that really would love to see in this final set. But for some reason, not a lot of people are a fan of it. Or aren't for it being in CCLP3. And I'm not talking about staff community. I'm not talking about the staff. I'm talking about like just casual members of the community. There's a few that actually don't want to see that in CCLP3, and I kind of get why. And it's mostly because of the easy factor. But it kind of surprises me because the community now pretty much prefers easy levels at this point, because mostly because of the difficulty curve of this set, and CCLP1 as well have to do with it. And a lot of people that play, custom levels, they prefer, levels that they can solve relatively quickly, and etc., etc. Well, this level is not exactly one of them. Suspended animation, that is. And it surprises me that some people don't like Idle Contrast, because it's one of those levels that you can easily solve on the first try. And I wasted a block. I did not need to go all the way this way. I don't know if that was a screw up, but I'm going to restart anyway because I wasn't even halfway done with the level. So there was really no point in even continuing on, knowing I wasted a couple of blocks, actually. I wasted more than one. But Idle Contrast is a level by Eddie Lim, or formerly known as Look at This. I don't know where he is. As far as I know, he's still in the community, but he kind of vanished shortly after CCLP 1 was released. He released Look at This .dat, renamed it to 60 Minutes, and a lot of people, myself included, criticized the set for being way too difficult. So he made another set of 50 levels called Never Stop Gaming, and those were like super easy levels, but a lot of people love that set. I actually have not really looked at the levels in that set, other than what is in voting, or what was submitted for voting, because Eddie submitted more levels from 60 Minutes than he did. Or wait, I don't remember how he submitted. He submitted 80 levels total. That's all I remember. I don't remember what came from what, though. But anyway, Idle Contrast is basically the suspended animation concept, but just super easy and super, perfectly executed, I think. For a beginner, that is, for a beginner's point of view. And the reason why I think it's perfect for CCLP4, and I don't think I went into this much detail with the level in the podcast, but I like the level so much, and I'm so for it for being in CCLP4 because, again, CCLP4 will be the numerical sequel to this set. So really, any concepts introduced in this set reappearing in CCLP4 would be pretty cool, regardless if they're easier or harder or anything. I personally would enjoy seeing a return of a concept from this set. And so there's that reason, and then the other reason. Okay, I thought I screwed myself, but I had flippers. The other reason is because it's just such it's just a fun level to play. And that's really what it boils down to. And it just amazes me that despite how easy it is, no one really likes it. Or really wants it in CCLP4, which it does surprise me. Like, I can't say it doesn't. It does surprise me quite a bit. As much as people prefer these, simple levels that can be solved 1 or 2 tries, or take 1 or 2 tries to solve, it's not getting as much, it's not getting that much, good things going for it, despite that. So, but this concept is pretty cool. I do like it. I don't like the way it's performed here. I think it's too complex. Even if it is CCLP3, it's too complex for my liking. It's not my least favorite in this set, though. That's honestly goes to Old Frog. I think I made that pretty evident. I think I'm good. Okay, so now here's the fun part. There's this walker business. And are you serious? The walker caught up to me. Are you kidding me? I have to do that block pushing stuff again? That's not fair. I'm so sure that really isn't fair. I feel like I should have cut back to the block pushing, or cut the block pushing part, since I have the ability to pause the recording and restart it. at any point in time. I did that a couple times in Ulfrog, but I'm not going to do that here unless it happens again. Then I will do it. Because if it happens twice, that's flat out bullshit. I do kind of wish it didn't require having the fire boots to push these blocks through, because you have to turn them around somehow, and I don't see any other way you can turn them around. And you can use the pop-up wall, but that's just a one-time thing, I think. And you can't go through this. Well, you can, but you only go through it one time. So, I mean, you really have no choice but to use them. Seriously. I am a dumbass. Come on. See, if this didn't require so much block pushing, and the block pushing alone, it's really not a lot. It's combined with a concept like this. That's one flaw this level has. It's set up a path for yourself later. I mean, that's cool. I can live with that. That's no big deal. But don't use it with a concept like this. I mean, it doesn't work. It really just doesn't work. So there's also a thing I've been wanting to do. I've actually tried doing it a couple of times in the past, and that's kind of similar to what JB did and made a video on how I design levels, but not necessarily how I design them, more like a general way to design good levels, or something like that. It's kind of hard to do that because everyone has their own view on what's a good level and what's a bad level. So if I were to do that, I would be doing it in my own, the way I view it, and wouldn't exactly be the way anyone else views it. So I could design something good, and people can just be like, oh, this isn't a good level. But kind of like the general common sense rules. They're not rules, more like the common sense design tactics not to use in level design, such as guesswork, intentional guesswork, I should say. Like the common design tropes that are either overused or just dull, like the whole elemental quadrant thing. I agree it is old, but I don't think it's something that should be completely, disbanded. I mean, I don't know. I don't really have a really strong opinion with that standpoint, but the elemental quadrant thing, some people don't really like that because it's nothing new. Aesthetics, which I would be pretty good with for a video. But I mean, just going off of aesthetics alone really wouldn't make it interesting to watch. So I want to try to do something like that since Jeffrey's kind of doing it with optimization stuff. I've been kind of wanting to do it with designing stuff. I don't like this. Okay. Alright, so the goal I need to do, I think I need to go out there. Do I go out there first, or do I go around again? I think I go through this. Collect those, because I do need them. And I think I follow this guy. I think. And then appearing walls, because obvious. And the other common design tactics that people try to avoid now are the, you know, standard blue wall layout. Okay, so I don't remember this part. I think you just clear the dirt. I don't know where this paramecia is. Okay, clearly it's up in the top or the left. So I think I'm good to do stuff there. The yellow key's right there. I didn't do that. I didn't do that. That ball was moving. That ball was moving. I don't know what the hell that was. That ball was moving though. The ball was going into the trap, and I was going to pass it the same way I did the first time. But somehow, just somehow, I was a tick off and just managed to hit the ball. Some fucking how. And now you're going to make me replay this shit. Are you fucking kidding me? Are you fucking kidding me? This is why you don't combine the block pushing crap with a concept like this. It just doesn't work. Okay, so I'm back at this part, and I accidentally stopped the recording entirely. I had paused the recording, and I pressed the wrong button to restart it, and it actually stopped the recording. So this is a brand new recording, but on the same night, just like maybe 20 minutes after, because I had died a couple too many times and messed up the block pushing part again. So a couple of things. That death by the ball earlier, I was screwed anyway, because here's why. I rewatched my solution in MS, and I was supposed to leave the suction boots behind for later, and I had them when I died by the ball. So I was already screwed for the level anyway. So knowing that, I'm not terribly mad at the fact I died there, but it was still kind of messed up because I thought I timed that pretty well. So, but apparently I didn't. So that happened. Everything else though I was doing right. This block part by clearing the rest of this dirt and then going back around. I have my window up for the solution, or a certain part of the solution that I'm going to need help with, because this part is pretty much at the end of the level. It determines whether or not you're going to solve it or not, and I'm not going to chance it. So I have it open. It's not playing. I just have it paused, and I'm just going to play it when I get to that point. Okay. So first things first, I'm going to need to go back and get the suction boots. I'm getting those skates because they're there for a reason. Alright. Except wait. No. I didn't have to go through this yet. I had to go through the bottom. Okay, well hopefully I'm not screwed. I don't think I am. I don't think you have to go through thieves down here. No, you don't have to go through thieves. There are a few gliders, but that's okay. So I can go back through these. This part kind of gets to me a little bit. Well, not this paramecium section. So the good thing about this level is that it was intended to have every single one of these monsters moving. But due to limitations in the trap connections, that wasn't possible. Which I'm glad it wasn't. Oh my god, are you serious? Why did I think I... God! You kidding me? That was completely my fault. That was 156% my fault. I was almost done, too. I have to do the block pushing again. I have to go through that walker part again. I have to do all this again. Are you kidding me? You goddamn fucking level. God. Hate this piece of shit. Okay. I am finally back to this. I got the yellow key safely. I can't tell you how many freaking times I've done this block pushing room. I've done this at least 15 or 20 times. And I am telling you, I am not happy with it. Okay, so this is the part I was referring to. With this ending, there's a super specific way you have to push these blocks through the teleports. And it's practically impossible to remember. So, you're probably going to hear some background ticking in the other Tile World window that I have open to the side of me. And that's just for me to know how to get through this. Okay, so bam, 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 bam. Okay, just like that. And then like that. I guess it's not a terrible one to remember, but still. And I'm just waiting for this paramecia because there was an attempt where I was on my way to go up here from up and around, and I saw the paramecia. I had pushed up because I was in this left corridor. I saw the paramecia and I pushed up, but the paramecia still killed me. So yeah, I kind of slammed my fists on the table again. I think I've done that at least 5 times. just on this level, and you know, I didn't even do that much on Old Frog, and you guys saw how pissed I was getting at Old Frog. Like, I was getting super not paranoid. I was getting super annoyed with it. So, okay, now I got the green key. I know I didn't have to step on that, but... Oh, this was another thing I was messing up on. I went through the top pop-up wall all the other previous times. I wasn't supposed to do that. So now all the monsters stopped. So if everything goes to plan... That is suspended animation. Finally done. You know, I've played this level quite a few times before this, and I've never, in all the times I played this beforehand, I've never gotten this frustrated. I don't know if that has to do with the fact I'm tired. I don't know if it has to do with the fact that it's past 4 in the morning now. It was just barely 3 when I started this recording. Just barely 3 o'clock. It was like 3:10 a.m. And now it's 4:17 a.m. And I saw Recurring Dream within a good 20 minutes. So it was 3:30 by the time I started this level, give or take. And it's 4:17. I'm just now completing it. In hindsight, that's not bad. But for one that's played this level 2 or 3 other times, and I got so worked up and pissed off at this level here, you know, I have mixed feelings about this now. I honestly think it's because of the time I've chosen to record, which wasn't the smartest idea, but I want to get this set done and over with, and this was really the only level getting in my way at this point. And now that it's finally done, we're done with all the Madhouse levels. This Madhouse that Madhav has created in the end game of this set is ridiculous. You know, Recurring Dream was, you know, good. There's a couple, you know, nitpicks in design I don't like, but I think everyone has those with just about any level. You know, Old Frog was just, you know, both Old Frog and this level, in my opinion, A+ concepts. No doubt about that. A+ concepts. But this level especially, the execution was just... I don't want to say it's bad. I don't want to say it's a bad execution. Because I can never design something like this. I want to, but I just can't do it. I can't get a grasp on designing something like this. So, and same with Old Frog too. But that block pushing part, even though that was a small amount of blocks, you don't know how many. I went through that 10 or 15 times, maybe even more. I don't know. You guys can go back and count. I don't care. But I'm so pissed about that. Of all the genre, all the level style, gameplay types, level genre types, whatever, block pushing had to be chosen. I get it. It makes sense for the gliders. I get that. But it didn't have to be that many blocks. It didn't have to. It could have been, you know, at least half of them. Take away half of them. You know, replace half those water spaces with just floor tiles. You know, that would have went along with the aesthetic of the traps in the water. You know, that's just me. I'm thankful that it's done though. I'm not going to say anything more. I do hope Idle Contrast gets into CCLP3 though, because in comparison to this level, Idle Contrast takes the cake. And I know, Jeffrey, you've made a level with like the medium difficulty with this concept, but I have not played it. I've only seen an image of it, and it wasn't submitted for CCL before, so I don't really have an opinion on it yet until I play it, whenever that will be. But Idle Contrast, it takes the cake. I mean, it's just a good level, it's a good concept, it's a good, it's awesome. This level didn't do the concept justice. It really didn't. It was more frustrating and just more of a chore to get through once you screw up a whole bunch of times. The level becomes a chore to beat, and when it becomes a chore to beat, the level itself becomes dumb and whatever, no matter what kind of concept it shows. So that being said, Idle Contrast, I hope you get into CCLP3, because suspended animation did not do the concept justice, unfortunately. It was a huge target, but it completely backfired, in my opinion. And I beat it with 4.99 left on the clock. That ain't bad. Without all that being said, all that, I'm ending it right here. We're 3 levels away from beating this set. I'm going to try to do all 3 of these levels in this upcoming video. Because this level, it's more tedious than it is difficult. It's difficult, it has its own difficulty, but it's not, once you know it, it's not that hard to do. And thankfully I remember most of the solution to this, so this one shouldn't be too terrible. 148 is pretty simple, despite its placement, the intentional placement I should say. And in 149, I have mixed feelings for as well, but we'll see how that goes. I do hope to beat this with 25 videos, and this next video would be number 25. So if I can beat all 3 of these next levels in the next video, that would be amazing. If not, it's going to have an odd, or in this case even, 26, but it'll be an odd total count. I'm just going to stop. Okay, it's 4:23. I'm tired. And I'm just going to end it off right here.